So I've just been talking to some people this morning, giving them some tips and tricks because they're going to be hosting a panel. They're going to be the panel moderator at an event. And obviously, as an event host, I do that a lot and I can share that information and pass that on to them. So I'm going to do it with you guys now too, because there may be many occasions when you've been asked to moderate a conversation for a business event or something similar. And this is a great way to do it. So thing to think about is you've got quite a lot of hats to wear when you are the panel host. You are there to make sure that the conversation flows. You are there to make sure that everybody has a great time. And also you need to kind of keep up the image that your company wants you to be doing. So you want it to be effective and polished and professional, but also engaging and fun for people. You're also there to reassure and help out if the technology fails, because you would have to keep the conversation going even if you lost a few of the guests, say this was a virtual event. And you need to make sure as well that everybody has an equal turn, that the conversation has good ebb and flow, that one person isn't dominating it, and so on. So quite a lot. You're also there obviously as well to provide that link between the technology, the audience, the guests on the panel. So you need to think of yourself as giving, being the person who makes sure everyone has a great time. You have to constantly be going, would the audience be enjoying this? Would they be understanding this? And making sure that if they're not, you change things to make that happen. So you have to be providing the energy and the style for that hour. It's all down to you, really. You can't rely on whether your guests are going to do that. So you have to bring it. So the things you need to do to prepare for this are, if you were at a live event, i.e. an in-person, in-the-room event, things like your lighting and your sound and all those kind of things should be set up by a tech team. If they're not, make sure they are. Make sure you'll be clearly seen by everybody, that everybody will be able to hear you. So if you're at home, do the same thing. Get some good light on your face, a good microphone. Make sure you're framed well so that everybody can see you, but that they can also see all the other guests as well. Make sure you look great. It's not so that you look great, it's so that it's a good thing for people to look at. And it'll also help you feel more confident and in control if you know that your setup is good. You should open strong and powerfully. Therefore, I would suggest that you do script your beginning of the event, of the panel, and also script an ending that you will use at a certain time, so that it starts really strong and it ends really strong. Again, that will boost your confidence. It will make everybody watching feel confident that they're not about to witness a really awkward moment. And so prepare for those bits, rehearse them, and have a good script that you're happy to use, so that you don't read from it, so that you can really come in powerfully. You've got to be turning on the charm and the humour a lot in this. You are like, as if you were hosting something in your own home, making sure everyone has a good time, making sure everyone's met everybody's enjoying it, everybody's involved. That is your job. So charm, humour, think of words like powerful, poise, energy, smile, and have them scattered through your notes so that you remember to do them if you're going to forget. Look and smile at your audience and at the speakers as much as possible. So if there's being recorded for a camera, look into the camera a lot. If you're doing it obviously virtually, as I am now, make sure you keep looking into the camera. People can see the whites of your eyes, the hopefully whiteness of your teeth, the smile, the enjoyment and the energy, and that will feed back to them too. And of course, everybody will be looking at you a lot more because you're the person controlling the event. So eyes are on you a lot more and people will look to you. And so if you're looking grumpy and not watching and concentrating, it doesn't send a great message. And also the person speaking, they will look at you too, because that might be the only way they're getting a response if it's a virtual event. So you've got to look engaged and happy and interested at what they're saying as well. The next thing I want to say to you is pump up the volume. Make sure your sound is good and strong. If you can raise your voice at certain moments, that helps if you're going to have to introduce somebody who's talking too much. I'm so sorry to have to interrupt you. What you're saying is fascinating, but we haven't heard from Jim and I'm conscious that we haven't got long left. Jim, what do you think? Or whatever your terminology is, and have those little interruption-y type phrases planned. Have a few different sentences and words so you don't keep saying the same thing. And again, when people have finished talking and making a point, have a mixture of things that you can say there, because we all know it can sound a bit uncomfortable if all the moderator ever says is, oh, that's interesting, after everything that somebody says. Have something a little bit more intelligent to say, and if you're nervous that you won't, that's when you want to have those things planned. The other thing I might suggest that you do, particularly at a virtual event, it might not be appropriate at an event in a conference room where everybody's sitting down, although sometimes it works when the speakers are sitting down and the host is maybe standing up. But I would say that could also really work well in a virtual event. If you're standing up, it will give you the energy and strength and a bit of power behind what you're doing, so that you can be a bit more in control. It just makes it feels better, I think, when you're the host if you're standing. Now, if you've done a good job, you're going to feel really tired at the end of that. So that's a really good sign that you've worked hard and really concentrated. If you finish your panel and you think, I need a drink now, that was quite a lot of effort expended. So good luck.